Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will start our next chapter, which is about market research. And in this chapter, we will discuss that what is market research, how it is done, what are its types, and how can we conduct it. So let's start. First of all, what is market research? So basically, it is a process of collecting the data and recording the data and analyzing it about customers, competitors, and the market. Means it is a huge process that consists of collection of data, like we collect the data, we collect the information, then we record that information in the data, and then we analyze it and we make some conclusion about, usually it is done about the customers, about our competitors, and about the market. So there are different advantages of using the market research to the business, but before moving towards those advantages, uh, I would like to tell you that there are two types of market research that are usually present in the market. The first one is primary market research, and the other one is secondary market research. And our today's topic is about these two research methods. So, how effective the market research will help a business? So, first of all, it can reduce the risk of the business, that it increases the chances of success for a business. Because after conducting the research, we produce the goods exactly according to the demand of the customers. Then, by conducting the research, we understand how much consumers will pay for a product. So it helps us to set the price of the product. If we will set a lower price, definitely we will not be able to uh, maintain our brand image. And if we will set a high price, even then we are not going to create the demand among the consumers. Then it helps to understand the consumer behavior. For example, Domino's Pizza found that they sell more pizzas when it's raining. And yes, it happens that the demand for the fast food and craving for such type of uh, things increases when it's raining. So this is how they understand their consumer behavior by conducting the research. So they observed that in that time period the demand increases. So because observation is also a type of research. Then it identifies the potential competitors, that what our competitors are and what their strategies are. And then it also quantify potential consumers demand for a product, like it helps us to uh, find out that what would be the expected sales in the near future. So this is how the effective market research can help a business. Same, and we can also say that it also gives some benefits when we are researching the market. For example, business decision making. Market research reduces the risk and cost of making poor decisions. Like because our risks are reduced, so we take less decisions which are going to face loss or suffer from loss, or that are going to face failure. Usually the decisions that are taken, they are always successful, and it develops a marketing plan based on data gathered about the marketing mix, the 4 P's. For example, where the best place to sell is to reach the target audience. Yes, like it's not only about the price, it's not only about the product, but it tells us about the 4 P's that we are going to discuss later in this chapter. And then it helps the business to react to and prepare for changes in the market. That when we are conducting research, so it tells us side by side that what changes are coming into the market, into how trends are changing, how tastes are changing, which things are in demand. So we prepare our workforce, we prepare our machinery, we prepare our whole agenda according to that, those changes. So we adopt those changes quickly if we are conducting research side by side. Then it helps the business to become market oriented, as we learn this concept in chapter number 16, that market oriented business is the one that conducts research before making the product. Okay, now let's start from the types of the market research. The first one is the primary research method. Primary research method, as it is clear from the word primary that it is the basic research. Sometimes the word field research is also used for the primary research. So it is the usually the first hand data that is collected from the customers, and this data is not used by anyone else before, and this data is collected, is being collected for the very first time, and it is the specific one for particular for a specific business. And it is usually when new data is gathered for the benefit of the business, and such type of research would be called primary research. Okay, so as we can see here that when we are asking any question from our walk-in customer or from any other customer, so it means we are asking a thing which we are collecting, we want to know something which never existed before. So this type of research is called primary research. And there are different techniques of primary research like questionnaires, surveys, focus groups, consumer panels, face to face, telephone interview, product trials, test marketing. So, all these are the methods of the primary research method. Few of them are qualitative and few of them are quantitative. So, what's the difference between the qualitative method or the quantitative method? So, the qualitative method, it tells us about the qualitative factors, like um, in which we research into the in depth of the motivators who are behind the consumer's buying behavior or opinion. And in quantitative research, we collect the numerical data and then we analyze that data. So, in simple words, we can say that quality research is based on the views of the people. They could be the customers, the direct customers, or they could not be even. But quantitative research deals with the numerical data and then analyzing the data and then getting some result from that data. So now we will uh, let's discuss different methods of primary research. So first of all, questionnaires and surveys. So questionnaires are uh, can be asked from the people in written form, or even we can ask directly them the questionnaire, and we can give them a survey just like different surveys are given in written form, and some questionnaires are given in that survey. So primary research may also include a survey of customers who use the business, and a questionnaire is a form to gather the data from the customer, and a business can gather quantitative numbers and qualitative data in this method. It can also be used to measure customer satisfaction, giving the business a clear idea of where to improve. Okay. So now the question comes that what type of question we must ask. So basically there are two types of questions: open-ended question and closed-ended question. Open-ended question means in which you just ask something from the person, and he is free to give the answer, like no options are given to him. So when someone is free to give the answer, such type of question is open ended question. And closed ended means in which different options are given to you. So usually when we are conducting the survey, or doing the questionnaire, making the questionnaire, so we must give the closed ended question to get the exact results. Okay, the next is focus groups and the consumer panels. A focus group or consumer panel are a group of target market demographic respondents who are chosen to take part in a product trial. They may use the product over time and then get together in a group to discuss their thoughts about the product. This gives the business very specific qualitative information about how customers relate and feel about the product. Just like an example is given that they may be asked to use a new type of diapers for their baby and report back on how well it worked over time. This kind of trial would not be replicated in the lab, so consumers' opinion are vital. So it means there are certain type of things that cannot be researched, but we can use the focus groups and the consumers panel to know about their use, to know about its features and how consumers feel after using that product, and what are the results of that product, at what price they are willing. So for such type of product we need focus groups and consumer panels. Then few other types could be face to face or telephone interviews. Just like a primary research team may carry out interviews. These can be face to face or could be over the phone. This could measure reactions to new ideas that the business has, or to judge how good customer service was. Yes, like just like uh, when um, we use some service, we call somewhere, some call center, so at the end they ask that how you did, you like our service or not. So they asked us to give response or to rank their service. So this is how they know about the customer satisfaction, and this is a good way to gather qualitative data, for example opinions of customers. And as it is primary research, this will be very specific to the needs of the business and could be very expensive. And there is another way of market research, which is product trials or test marketing. A business may invent or produce a new product or service. All staff in the business may agree that these are good products or services, but they need to know if the wider public will buy them in the quantity they need to break even and make a profit. Therefore, the product is offered to a carefully chosen sample, and based on the sample's reactions, the product will either be launched full scale or scrapped. So, this is also the part of the new product development, that we make product trials before launching it at the national or international level. We make test marketing, or we make product trials at a very small scale, and then we check the response. If the response is very good, then we will make a full launch. Okay, this was all about the primary method of uh, primary research, and now we will discuss few secondary research. So first of all, what is it? Secondary research is gathering data which already exist, and it is also called second hand data, and it is also known as desk research. And there are different methods of secondary research, just like website, social media, and newspapers, magazines, TV, radios, different reports and databases. So these are the methods of secondary research. Like this data already exists, and if we want some information relating to that data, then we can get help from these different options which are given here. So let's discuss. The first method is website and social media, and this is the most commonly used method of the secondary research. As if you are given some project, and so instead of go doing conducting the primary research, definitely you will search the Google or any other search engine to know different facts about anything. So the internet is an ideal way to research competitors' websites, articles, publications, annual accounts, etc. The internet is a useful method of quickly gaining industry information. So this is the quickest way and also the cheapest one, and because we can make a comparison of competitors and ours, policies, products, their placement. Then, social networks, blogs, and other forms of social media have emerged as forums where consumers discuss their likes and dislikes, and customers can be particularly vocal about companies and products. So, we can easily get their views and we can easily know about our competitors. So, this is the best way of the secondary research. Another way could be the newspapers, magazines, TV, or television or radio. So, all these are also the source of information. Just like if we want to know that how many percentage of women and men are in Pakistan, because we are going to make shoes for them, or if we want to know that how many of them are old age and how many of them are the teenagers and how many are below 5. So this data, definitely we cannot do market primary research for such type of information. So we need to check the data from the government. So we can get that data from any magazine, any newspaper, from the internet. Okay, then we can also use the databases. Sourcing databases for customers' information can help a business to identify segments of the population whose needs are not being met with current product and service offerings. The business might notice patterns where certain household incomes are less or more likely to buy, or identify smaller families that offer a previous untapped marketing opportunity. These patterns can assist with the product research and development, as we see that different data is collected from different sources, as we see that when a new outlet or any new brand is open in a particular area, so a message is received on our social media to us from that brand. So how come they know about our contact number and how they sell it on our social media? So this is what actually they use the database. They collect the whole data of that particular area and then they generate the message for all of them. Okay, so this is how they use the secondary research data for their marketing purpose. Okay, now we will discuss few problems that occur with the traditional market research. The market research has allowed prominent product failures and wrong predictions. Like sometimes it goes wrong and very wrong predictions are there. And what are the reason behind it? That the customer response was not good, they were biased, or they could not be they may not take it serious. And markets are increasingly becoming micro segmented, just like sports shoes aimed at affluent fashion conscious women, specifically for aerobics. So mass market research becomes correspondingly irrelevant, and it is helpful for improvements but less so for radical innovations. And for more accurate targeting, it may be advantageous to work with leading customers within the target group. So we can say that market research is usually an integral part of understanding innovations. You ignore it at your peril, but it must be timely, objective, and relevant. Otherwise, it is worse than useless, leading you down the wrong path. So be involved as far as you can be, especially upfront, and don't let the jargon deter you. So, if I hope that market research would be clear to you, and if you have any question, you can ask.